Hey, let's go ahead and get started with our reading, you guys. Happy new moon in Pisces. This is a lot about letting go, but it's also about like a spiritual clearing. It's a spiritual cleansing. Okay, what do we got here? Believe in the impossible, blue moon. What else do we have for this? A new start is coming. We do have that eclipse coming up in Aries here pretty soon, too. And what else do we got here? It says the end of a tough cycle approaches and emotions are running high. Okay. So, yeah, be mindful of our emotions. Our emotions can be all over the place, especially when we can feel a little nerve wracked. It's almost like, we do a lot of work and we've been busting our ass, but we're not actually seeing any of the fruits of our labor. And Spirit's like, no, you're really going to cry when you actually see everything that, unfolds in front of you, is what I'm seeing. You are working towards a new start right now, and Spirit's like, just believe. All you have to do is believe. It doesn't matter what anybody else says, doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. This is about your belief in yourself. We got a message in a bottle. We've got come to the edge. And one more, Spirit, for the collective. Go to the distance. Don't stop, man. Never ending story. Yeah. For a lot of you, you just felt like, God, this is never gonna end. Like, I'm never gonna have that breakthrough. And Spirit's like, yeah, you are. Just keep doing what you're doing. Be willing to take the risk that you're guided to take. It's almost like I get the fool's energy, believing in the impossible. Some of you guys are like, oh yeah, that'll happen once in a blue moon, and Spirit's like, that blue moon's coming, and you're just waiting on some type of communication. I do feel like there is communication that is coming in with for you to help you with this new beginning. Okay, for some of you, I just heard that, you know you feel like nothing ever good happens for you. And Spirit's like, don't say that. Don't even put yourself in that category, okay? Because at the end of the day, the end of the tough cycle approaches and it says go the distance. No matter how tired you are, no matter how confused you may get, go the distance. Keep going. Keep going. Even when you don't feel like you got any more power. You know what I see? I see, like, because you think about a message in a bottle. It's like, that pushing forward, that pulling back, the ebb and flow of this uh, bottle in the water, right? And it's like I see this person who's like trying to swim to the finish line, and they're swimming and they keep getting pulled back by the current, and then they just keep swimming, and all of a sudden they start going again, like instead of going with the current, they go against the current, because if you swim to the side you can actually get out of the current. I see somebody doing that and then getting up on land and running. So I don't know if for some of you, maybe you're like, somebody here could also be planning to be a part of like Iron Man. I don't know if you guys are doing like an Iron Man run or something like that, but I just feel like you feel, your life has gotten boring and it's time for somebody here to like get a little excited about life again. And Spirit's saying, like, do it, go the distance, don't stop, whatever this is. Even when you feel like you can't go any further, keep going. And that's not going to be for everybody. Not everybody is going to be, in a race, but for a lot of us, it's almost like you feel like there's a race to the finish line. Listen, I also feel like this is Saturn too, Saturn energy, because we do have the Capricorn energy right here, which talks about Saturn. So Saturn could definitely be affecting you. I feel like someone here too, it is a full or a new moon in Pisces, and we have a lot of energy. In fact, we do have Saturn in Pisces. We've got Mercury that's just now shifting over into Aries, but we do have Neptune in Pisces. Listen, you guys, we got a lot of Pisces energy. So this could be very emotional energy. So if you feel like you need to cry, go ahead. I do feel like someone here wants to reach out to someone also, like they can't get them out of their head. And, maybe they, pull back from being able to talk to this person because they don't understand how they're going to be met. I think someone here is kind of like blocking off the past too. They're off doing their own thing. It's usually when you're off doing your own thing and people notice, like, oh shit, I haven't heard from so and so in a while. That's when all of a sudden, you get this message in a bottle of like, hey, can we start over? And if you're working on overcoming like some type of a tough cycle with certain individuals in your life and you're tired of the never ending story, where people don't even take your heart into consideration, then it's time for you to move on. You're ending that cycle. Saturn being in Pisces, we're done ending, we're done putting up with people who just keep us in a loop. Pisces energy, like Pisces could just be swimming in circles. Just keep swimming, just keep swimming. Like I keep getting that energy. And if you notice, I'm a little down right now. I'm feeling like I'm starting to get a little cold or something like that. So I'm just tired too. And I think it's just the Pisces full or new moon. So, but yeah, I think for a lot of you, you've put a lot of emotion into, something. And, it's like when we put a lot of love into our relationships and stuff, and then they just don't pan out and people just treat you like shit. They treat you like shit because they feel like shit. And so they take it out on you. And you're just tired of that. I see that here. And so I feel like someone here is like, I'm going to go in the opposite direction because I see them splitting in half. I see her going in one direction, and then I see the leopard going in a different direction. Hmm. I feel like somebody's been looking out, upon the horizon, like waiting for you to arrive. So that could also have to do with something that I was talking about earlier about, when we start pulling it back, that's when people start looking for us because they don't feel us in their presence anymore. But someone here is ready for a new start. And while simultaneously working on this new start, they're closing old chapters. That's for, the entire collective. Like we're all kind of tired, we're all sick of the same old song and dance. We're all sick of this, the abuse that we sustain in our relationships or at work or, we're all kind of tired of something. And I think that we're just at this fed up place because I look at them and I just see like, oh, I can't handle it anymore. Like, ugh, I need something else in my life. And that's when this person like gets up and goes, okay, fuck it. I'm out. Like I'm done. And then, dude, they're not fucking around. They're done. They're ending these. It almost felt impossible to like get out of this cycle. But I think with Saturn now here, and Saturn's here until the end of next year. So into 2025, going into 2026, then it goes into Aries with Neptune. So thank God. Thank fucking God. I'm not gonna lie. Thank God. Neptune's a pain in the ass. It can be very, very magical. It's a higher octave of Mercury, but at the same time, it's just it can be delusional. And you deal with, especially for those Virgos out there who've had, in their seventh house for fucking years, which is all about relationships. Mm. I have 6, 9, 10, and 11 here. So there is a progression. It kind of like you're ending cycles. Don't give up. Go where there's reciprocity, and don't stop. Keep going. Don't turn around. I think that that's the thing is like as we're getting ready to finish out a lesson, we always look back over our shoulder. And I kind of see that between these two here. Like I've got one like trying to meet the finish line and then them looking back, going in different directions. There's a tug of war because we're afraid of who and what we might have to leave behind. At the end of the day, like all the blockages that have been stopping you from moving forward, those are being removed. And for some of you, you're like, yeah, right. No, no bullshit. That'll never happen. It will. It will. I think you're going to be confused as to what to do next after these blockages have been removed. You're like, no, I think you're going to cry. I think you're going to cry. You're going to be like, oh my God, finally. I think you're going to cry. Hmm. So, what do we have for this on the spirit allies? What do we have for advice for the collective? That's a lot of cards. We got peyote. Well, that's a good one. That would definitely, Pisces does rule psychedelics. So we have the number 33 here. 33 also adds to a 6. So now we have two sixes here. And peyote talks about, I believe in guidance beyond the material realm. Totally Pisces energy. That's why it's telling you, like, believe in the impossible. Peyote. So let's go ahead and read it. This round flowering green succulent is a small but mighty, revered by indigenous cultures. Peyote has been used for thousands of years to look beyond the realm of the material world. Peyote is calling for you to push the boundaries and accepted norms of separation. It's time to return to oneness and true unity. What you see in society is definitely not all that you get, and you are being encouraged to sit with the power that comes with being able to look beyond the material veil and connect with the upper realms of creation. Close your eyes and envision yourself in the higher planes of existence where all things are connected. With each inhale, allow reassurance to flow through you. And with each exhale, picture your energetic vibration stretching out beyond you. From this state, with ease and grace, you can receive guidance to help you break karmic cycles and find pure self love, compassion, and acceptance. Pure self love. Yeah. So it's like getting past those limiting beliefs. It's like, yeah, what you see on the material plane is not necessarily what's going on in the spiritual plane. And I think if there was ever a time right now to believe in a higher power, this time would be it. Especially because we have all that Pisces energy. Kind of feels like we're in like this out of this world uh feeling. And yeah, it's hard to get connected, it's hard to get grounded. Do what you can to stay grounded also. I feel like for some of you, you could also be taking flight. Just the way I'm looking at this, he's flying through the air. So you could be flying somewhere. You could be going from some place like sunny and, lots of water around you to maybe some of you guys are going to like Egypt or the desert or something. The Sahara, as I just heard from someone. Fuck, Arizona. you know. Um, I definitely get your work improving too. Just keep going, plugging away, chipping it away at it. If you are really having a tough time when it comes to business, which, there's a lot of fucking people who are, okay? You know, you got all these people who like to talk shit about, um, other people for their businesses and stuff because it's not, making money as fast as maybe their business or, some corporation who has billions of dollars. But, for all of you guys out there who are starting businesses that didn't have mommy, daddy money, nobody put you guys through college, nobody paid your tuition, nobody taught you except for like you literally put yourself through all of the education and you are still plugging away at your business. You keep going. You keep going because the people who give you shit, the people who tell you, oh, you should stop doing what you're doing, those are the people that are going to get their karma. Okay. So keep that in mind. I had somebody try to tell me to quit my business once. They thought that I should have to go and get a job at like Home Depot or Costco or something. And she didn't believe in my business. She believed in it because it helped her. But, because it wasn't making the money that she thought it should be making, she really tried to put me down. Like all I was worth was somebody to go maybe get a McDonald's job or something like that. And hey, to those of you who that have, great. But, she also had her mom and dad who left her money and, paid for her schooling and did all this stuff. And, she has something tangible that she can offer. Whereas me, I have to build my reputation. Every business is different. So if you're like building a business that, is something that is up and coming, not something that has always been there, always been there. Like corporate will always be there. Massage therapists will always be there. They're a dime a dozen. You can find millions of them. They're everywhere. But then when it comes to like really good people who you know, didn't have money to put themselves through college and had to learn everything, like you keep plugging away because one day all it takes is that one fucking time where somebody runs past what you have and they see the value in you. And that's when everything turns around. So never stop believing in yourself, even when other people can't. And at the end of the day, please remember that it's going to be perfect strangers that see the value in you. You'll make friends out of a client, a stranger, faster than you'll turn one of your friends into a client. That is for sure. Anyway, you guys, I want to thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. If you are interested in a personal reading, all my information's in the description box down below. I love you guys all so much. Enjoy this new moon in Pisces. And we'll chat with you again soon. Take care.